Alright, eat the D time. We're in Dearborn, and I'm at the Donor Shawarma truck, so I will be eating in my car. It's just like it says German Turkish style food on the menu, on the side of the trailer, as you'll see. But yeah, I just got a couple handful of things. Pretty small menu, and honestly not a lot of variety to it, so I only really got like 4 things. But you know, we'll go with that. We'll see what we're talking about. I didn't realize this was a food truck per se. I kind of thought it was a brick and mortar place, even though online it said truck, but I don't know. It gave me brick and mortar vibes. But so when I was pulling up and saw a gas station is where my destination, I was like, oh, please, for the love of God, be there. And it was, and I ordered, so I'm just waiting for it. So yeah, we'll try the food out when it gets here. Got a Pepsi to drink. Another episode, Eat the D, Donor Shawarma. Let's see what we can do. Okay, while I wait for my food, I have seen this stuff all over the place. This Dubai chocolate. It's in another language. Oh, Kadif chocolate with pistachio filling. I've been seeing it all over the place, and they had some in this gas station, so I might as well try it out. So, you know, whenever we get at these food trucks at these gas stations, we try to get a little crazy, you know? We try to find some crazy stuff. Looks like a chocolate bar, got an intricate design on there. It is, like, hot in my car, and it's melting in my hand, so I'm just going to eat it. I'll hit you with that cross section. Very gooey. Very creamy. Although I think that is partially because it's half melted. It's about 90 degrees outside right now. I'm in my car without it running. With no AC, I am in the shade, so it's not too hot, but don't be shocked if partway through the Donor Shawarma, the Donor Shawarma review. What the fuck? Don't be shocked if I turn on the car partway through and start running the air. But yeah, chocolate bar is good. Why is it viral? I don't know. Like, it tastes good, but it's not like changing my worldview or anything. But yeah, creamy, nutty. Just tastes like anything else, chocolate and nut related. So now with that out of the way, I'm gonna go wait for my food. It's been about 10 minutes. He said give him 10-15, so it should be ready soon. So let's go. I'll come back with the food. Okay, so I got the food. I'll be honest, I'm not entirely. I think this is the chicken. This is the falafel pita. I think this is the falafel pita. I haven't done the slow-mo yet because not a lot to look at here. So I'm gonna bite into it a little bit and then give you a cross section and then do the slow-mo. But yeah, this is the falafel pita. Where's my phone? The menu I saw online actually turned out to be pretty accurate. Parsley, lettuce, tomatoes, pickles, pickled red cabbage, and tahini. I think this is a falafel pita, if that is what it is. But only one way to find out, down the hatch. Ooh, there we go. Packed right to the edge too, so. Come on now. There we go. Now let's get the slow-mo. Alright. Now that out of the way, let's keep eating it. Alright. So, it's not bad. I'm not going to sit here and say this is bad. But I feel like it definitely could be better. It's very dry. And because I don't think there's sauce on it. And I don't know if it's like traditional or not for there to not be sauce. But I don't care. I feel like this would be better if there's some sort of sauce on it to moisten it up a little bit. I do think this would go really hard after like drinking for a bit. Because, you know, when you're drinking, you just eat whatever's in front of you. But I feel like this especially would be good. Because A, it tastes good. Good, not great. I'll put it that way. And B, so there's literally like an accident about to take place right by me. There we go, guys. There we go. Work it out. And but with the deep fried falafel and then the pita roll as well, they probably do a good job soaking up all that algae. But all in all, the falafel pita, not impressed with in the slightest. But what about this beef shawarma? Ooh. Once again, oh god, I'm dropping shit. Once again, not a lot to look at, so let's bite into it before we start showing it off. Yeah, I'm dripping shit. I was like, what's falling? No! There we go. Look at that. Boom. Boom. Alright, let's get this slow-mo shot of this before I start dripping any more of it anywhere. Whoa! Ugh. Okay, so I definitely like this more than the falafel pita. It's not as dry because although there still is no sauce, I don't think this one needs it nearly as badly because the juice from the meat is there, as well as the pickles and pickled cabbage. I think are like, I don't know, they seem a little juicier. So I'm not going to say this is like a sopping wet sandwich by any means, even though it was dripping juice. It's not nearly as dry as that falafel pita. And I think the taste of this one is better. The beef is nice. But what's even better is that the pickled stuff I mentioned earlier, although not my favorite of flavors, it is kind of nice when it comes through on this, like a nice acidic, like, punch in your mouth, which is what you're getting with this. And mix it with that good beef, the nice beef. Wow, I just spilled out like all the beef of it. Maybe not all of it, but So even this beef on its own, again, it's not a French dip or anything, but that's something you don't see every day. It is much more moist. There's a dude with a pickup truck with flags on the back, but there's some kind of Middle Eastern text on it. Not that that's bad, but typically when you see a Dodge Ram truck flying flags on June 29th, typically they're American flags, not Middle Eastern ones. But hey, you do you, buddy. More power to you. So I definitely like this more than the falafel pita. But again, nothing that's blowing me away. Nothing that's blowing me away. But now we got our last things. Now I think about it, I got ketchup, but I didn't get any sauce for this. So they did have two things that I was like, they had a burger, like a shawarma burger, as well as chicken tenders. And I don't have any ranch for the chicken tenders, which kind of bums me out, but they come with fries. Again, there's not a lot of variety on this menu, and that's why I wanted chicken tenders, because it's like, definitely never something I order 9 times out of 10. But, with that being said, it was a side dish, apparently. It also comes with fries. But, like, everything else on the menu just, like, pretty much, it was more or less the same. Whereas this was at least a little different. You can get the, kind of a weird-looking tender, if I'm being honest. Kind of weird cook there. They're piping hot. I wish I had some ranch to dip them in, but I don't. So, nonetheless, down the hatch. Hot as hail. I mean, I guess I'll show you the cross section since I hear you guys asking for it. But it is just a chicken tender. And not a very special one at that. It's fine. I'm not going to say it's bad, but it very much gives me frozen tender vibes, that like frozen Tyson chicken tender vibes. It's piping hot and it tastes fine. It's relatively bland. Like, you're clearly meant to dip these in something, as you are with all chicken tenders. Wow, I did get a lot of them though. It's like a 4-piece. But with that being said, normally I wouldn't knock a chicken tender for being bland because you're clearly meant to dip them. I would give it better marks if it tasted good and even better with dip. But on its own, chicken tenders are meant to be dipped. And normally I wouldn't knock that against them. But they didn't even ask if I wanted anything to dip. They never said, what kind of sauce do you want with those? I just said chicken tenders, and they're like, all right. So I got to work with what they gave me. Again, fine. But just for sake of uniqueness and like uniqueness of flavor, I definitely like the other two things more. Piping hot though, dude. Piping hot. Alright. I did get fries with these. So let's just try the fries. These like look like fast food fries. They don't even like stick out visually. And to their credit, did you give me some ketchup packets with this? Or chicken doesn't get dipped in ketchup, not when I'm around. At least not when I'm eating it. So it's meant for the fries, but I'm not going to open them. I'm in my car. They're fine fries. Hot. Could use a little salt, but nothing too crazy. I'm not, again, those fries aren't the greatest, but it'll cure your itch, I'll put it that way. And now this is the chicken Donor. Whatever that is. Oh, I think it is. Oh yeah, the chicken Donor. Now we're talking, baby. This is what I'm talking about right here. Look at the Sammy. Oh, I forgot the slow-mo of the tenders. Let me review the... Oh my god. Holy crap. It's open on two sides. It's like a freaking quesadilla. I don't even know how to do this here. You know what? Give me the camera. I'm going to wing it. That's how it's done, people. But just for sake of... I literally just did this. It won't look that way in the edit, but I'm going to do this again just so you can get a refresher of the cross-section. Put down the hatch. And I'm calling it there on that. That is easily the messiest thing. But although it is the messiest, it's easily the best tasting. The chicken's great. I love this bread. Where's my phone? Lettuce, pickled red cabbage, onions, tomatoes. There are two signature sauces. It doesn't even say what bread. I'd assume it's like a pita of some kind. I like this. It's got sauce on it. So right there, it's already a winner, eh? Sauce is coming through good. Sauce is coming through good. Sorry, I got distracted. Chicken's great. The pickled red cabbage, you can still taste it, but with everything going on, it's much more subdued than everything else. So it's like still, but you're still getting a little bit of the acidity hit with the sauce. So you're just getting like a little bit of that pickled red cabbage that comes through just a little bit, and it's so nice. Easily the best thing here. All right, that's everything I got. Donor Shawarma. What do we think? Nothing. I don't think anything really even blew me away. Even this sandwich, with it being the best thing here, I still don't think it's like the best thing. Like, it's still not like blowing my socks off. Good. Borderline great, but still nothing too special. The two pitas, the beef shawarma, fine, a little juicier. That pickled cabbage and pickles come through nice. A nice blend of meat and acid. The falafel pita, really dry, still tastes fine, but I'd say, well, I was going to say the least special thing here, but that brings us to the chicken tenders, where it's just pretty, like piping hot, fine, but it's very reminiscent of like Tyson oven tenders at home. So Donor Shawarma, what do you think? Honestly, not that impressed in the slightest. I don't think it's bad food by any stretch of the phrase, but I wouldn't say it's great by any stretch of the phrase either. So hey, if this type of food is your kind of thing, come here, check it out. There we go. But yeah, man, it just, I don't know, it didn't really do it for me today. It didn't really do it for me. That's all I got. Thanks for watching. You know what, that actually makes a lot of noise, so I'm going to stop doing that. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button to like the video. It goes a long way for us here at Milkman Channel. Don't forget to subscribe for all your food and gaming needs. And let me know what you think down in the comments below. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.